What's up guys, it's Harangi DBZ here, and today I'm back with another statue review. And again, I'm excited because we got an absolutely epic piece here today. As you can see, this is the quarter scale trunks by KD Collectables, aka Nastukashii Creations. I'm going to talk a bit about what's included with this piece, the assembly, and then I'll give my thoughts on the pros and cons with this statue, okay? So KD Collectables have been on a roll this year. They've been just pumping out some really nice pieces, and I was very excited to be able to pre-order this trunks and get a hold of it. Originally, I was looking for a trunk piece to kind of go with my Temple Studios Vegeta, which I've done a video on previously. And Temple Studios were actually going to do a trunks in quarter scale, but it ended up getting cancelled. So this was my second option, I guess, and probably worked out to be the better option in the long run. So I'm very excited and very happy to have been able to get a hold of this piece. So assembly for this piece, even though it's quite big, it was very, very simple. There wasn't that many pieces, and even the packaging box it came in wasn't that big either. It was surprisingly well packaged, no breaks, no damage to anything, very easy to assemble, very easy to put together. It is quite heavy though, like as you can see, the base is giant. So it can be a little bit awkward moving it around and putting it together. So you have to be very careful. So included in the box, obviously you have all your pieces. You get the Super Saiyan Trunks head as well as an option. I'll put that on and show you guys that in a second. You get your certificate of authenticity, just a little card. Looks like this. So this is number 4. I think there was 200 pieces made of this one. I could be wrong. And then you also get the art card, which is pretty cool. In addition to all the little bits and pieces for the statue itself. It also comes with this power adapter, which is also pretty handy. There are LEDs along the base. Pretty simple LED system. This is the adapter it comes with. If you can see that, I'm not sure what countries that's for, but it definitely doesn't work in Australia, so you'll probably need an adapter, most likely, to be able to use that. So you do have the option to run the Super Saiyan head. Personally, I like the base form head. It's always kind of been my favorite form of trunk when he's just out of the hyperbolic time chamber. He's got the long hair just after the Cell Game saga, or during the same Cell Game saga, I should say. I felt like that's when Trunks was at his peak, around that time. And during the BoJack movie as well, if you've seen that, that is the alpha chat of Trunks's. And that's why I like to run him with the base form head. After that, they kind of turned him into a bit of a pussy. Dragon Ball Super Trunks is a piece of shit, so this Trunks is my favorite. Alright, so let's start with the things I do like about this statue. So it's a very likable statue, it's very nice. The sculpt, in my opinion, is really well made. It's an original sculpt, it's not based on any particular scene, so that's kind of why I was drawn to it. It's very cool, very original. There were some comments on Facebook, people saying it's too realistic, he's too muscular, but I mean, it's Dragon Ball Z, guys, like really, everyone's jacked. So what do you expect? But I think it's really, really well done. The paint is perfect. Like the skin tone on Trunks turned out really well. The textures in the clothing, even the base, the dirt in the base, like it looks like real dirt. I don't know how they do that, but it's cool. And overall, really, really great piece. And particularly for a Trunks, there's not many great top tier Trunks statues in quarter scale, in my opinion. So I think this is set the standard. This has raised the bar a bit. Another great thing I really liked about this was how easy it was to put together. There was only a few different pieces. You have Trunks himself, which goes in, the head, You know, you've got a flame here that easily slips in there. Flame at the back, which sits in there. This glass piece here goes in there pretty easily. And the only other thing was the fins on the spaceship. So each fin has to be slotted in, and they're all numbered for each hole, so it's not too difficult to figure out where they go. And yeah, it sits in there pretty easily, and voila, there's your trunks. The attention to detail as well on this, guys, is really awesome. You know, even down to the spaceship, the detail, the control panel in there, all the little things on Trunks with his clothing, the textures, really, really well done. And as you can see on this spaceship, or the time machine, I should say, you know, it's even got the Hope written on the back on the engine, like really cool. But the base is really awesome with the Dragon Ball Z logo, the dragons. You got your Dragon Ball as the lights, which I'll show you that. I'll turn the LEDs on for you in a second. And it's just like really cool, just like the way he's engineered and being able to kind of, if you can see how much he's leaning on from a side view, it's really amazing. And the fact that they were able to pull that off and you know, make that happen and still be so sturdy, and being able to hold that position is really cool. And I think it looks really good. And again, it's quite original, and that's a big selling point for me, is originality with your sculpts, with your pieces. It's very easy to just copy a scene directly from the anime, but to be able to produce something without a reference such as this, it's really impressive. So this piece is epic, guys. There's no other way to put it. But there are some things I'm not too fond of, so we'll touch on those. Firstly, the LEDs. I think for such a sophisticated piece, they could have done a bit more with the LED system, so I'll switch that on for you now. It's essentially just the Dragon Balls along the base, which is cool, it's simple, but I think they could have done a lot more. They could have put some into the fire or into the time machine cockpit, just to add a little bit more, you know, of an effect to it. Another thing to note was that the inside, maybe it was meant to be this way, but it just looks a little bit dirty, like the control panel and stuff. I'll get some close-ups for you so you can see it, but before, you know, I displayed it, I had to kind of give it a bit of a dust and give it a bit of a wipe down on the inside, because yeah, it just looks a little bit dirty. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if that's the effect that they were intending to go for. Maybe it was. Now the paint and everything's really well done on this, but there's just something about the colors that I'm not really loving. I think it's just maybe the contrasting. You know, you've got this kind of turquoise part here on the time machine, and then the orangeness of the fire, and then the purple with Trunks. It just doesn't blend together super great in my opinion. It's very, it's just very different, and I guess could be hard to display depending on, you know, your kind of collection, what other pieces you have. It stands out, I guess, which could be considered a good thing, but it just, I don't know, there's just something about it that's not really spot on for me, okay? So I mentioned the base is very big, it's very awkward and non-symmetrical, and this was an issue I had with the Figure Class Ultra Instinct. Just the asymmetry of the base can make it a bit hard to display, and also a bit hard to, you know, transport. You need to pick the thing up and move it to get it into your shelving or whatever. It can be very awkward. This is very heavy base, which again is even worse. Like the fact that it's heavy and awkward, and you know, you've got the engine sticking out the back. It can make it hard to fit into a shelf. You need some really big displays here to be able to show this off adequately, in my opinion. Another thing about this, guys, was the price. This statue was quite expensive. It was, I think, about $800 US, not including shipping, which is the most expensive piece of my collection thus far. But compared that to like other pieces, is it the price justifiable? I'm not 100% certain. I'm definitely happy with this piece and impressed overall with it, but I think they could have done a little bit more considering how much it cost, okay? Now, I do trust that they engineered this pretty well enough, but I guess one worry I have in the long term is, you know, how sustainable this lean is on trunks, you know, because if you guys can see, I'll pull them out for you. You've got the rod in the foot there, and he just slips in, so that's really the only thing supporting him and holding him up there. And there is already a little bit of play down on that base point. But hopefully it maintains and he can stay upright the whole time, because that is, you know, a bit of a forward lean, as you can see. He's basically doing the Michael Jackson smooth criminal lean. So yeah, I'm hoping that it holds up and I don't have any issues with that in the future. Alright guys, so in summary, I definitely rate this piece. It's one of the best trunk statues you can get currently. I'm very excited to see what else KD Collectables put out in the near future. I know they've got a Broly and a Bardock currently in progress, and potentially a Goku as well, I think. So I'm keen to see what they end up like. The Broly looks epic, and I'm kind of on the fence about it at the moment. The main issue I have is room. I'm all out of room basically to display any more statues, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, make sure you check out this guy. This trunks is amazing. It's a really great piece. As you can see, it's huge. Make sure if you're planning to get this, that you have the space to display it and adequate shelving, because it is heavy. You don't want to go, you know, cheap with your shelving and risk it collapsing and falling. So get some decent shelving if you're going to get this, guys. So yeah, there's not too much else to say about this piece, guys. It's good. I like it. I'm very happy with it. I wanted to keep this review short and sweet for you guys. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you're planning to get this piece or you have it, let me know. And yeah, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I can have some more content out for you guys soon. Thank you.